OGs from the streets, they admiring. On one accord for the cause, so inspiring. Sign in, helping felons get hired in. CDL start big truck driving. Restoring hope, no longer gotta sell dope. Better choices, no cell or jail though. We the voices, we standing up in unity. First ward all the way to your community. We feeding families, representing humanity. Clean the city up instead of push a 10 a key. It's finna be a change to the whole game. EME stamp, recognize the whole name. Turtle Rock, Caleb Mack, tell them run it back. Bring it back, the dopest podcast on the planet, Jack. EME, empower my environment.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the EME Show. I am the Mac. That's my guy, The Rock. And 30 back. Man, how y'all brothers doing tonight, man? How y'all brothers doing today, man? How y'all doing?
I can't complain, man. I thank everybody for being here. I like to thank God too for getting everybody safe, having a good week. Yeah, so a good productive week. I like to thank you for keeping me on the right path. So, I'm doing great. I can't complain.
Likewise, bro. Yeah, hey, man, I've been blessed, man. That's all I can say. I've been blessed, man. Being around some great brothers and in the great city of Juveniles. Man, I so appreciate it.
Let's see you right back on the scene, man. We're going to podcasting back up, man. My Brown and all for me. He's been all right. He's solid. He's all right.
Back on. So now we got a special guest too. Man, we got a very, 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 very special guest. I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. We have a juvenile division chief for the prosecuting attorney's office for Classic County. It's Casey Beard.
That is it.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. It's good to be here tonight. Most of you have met before. Me too. I can see that. Is that better? I can see. I'm just like sit up straight.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I was meant to relax. So, yeah. I appreciate y'all having me.
You're a friend of the show.
I am. I'm a new friend of a lot of people since I've only been in this position, I think, since July the 10th was my first day in Turtle, and I met right before I took, right before I took this new position. I already knew that I was coming into the prosecutor's office. I had been a public defender at juvenile court for 20 years before that, and our new elected official was Will Jones, and he took office in January, and just really decided to not switch his focus, but make a parallel focus on with the prosecutor. Everybody has to prosecute the crimes that are occurred. We have to react to those, and we have to react to those in the best interest of both the accused and of the community. But he has allowed me to come over and simultaneously work on prevention and intervention from more of a community-based level, so that we might, in 10 years from now, not have 7-year-olds do 17-year-olds committing murders. And so that spoke to me. It's on my heart and my passion, and that's what I've been doing for 20 years, just next to a client day in and day out in juvenile court. And I would have really, to be honest with you, never come over to the prosecutor's office if he hadn't said that we could work on that, because sitting next to a client day in, day out for 20 years, you can change stuff for that one individual, but that's usually arguing to get them back out, whatever the environment was that they were in before. And it, at least for me, was rarely about changing from the outside and being able to change anything from the ground up. And so Will and Kelly had to woo me to get me over to become a popo. I'm the ops now, for sure. I'm the ops. And that's how I did it, was to tell me I could help make some change. And so shortly after I took the job, when I was still a public defender, I spoke at the juvenile justice. I think it was the probation officers and intake officers across the state. And I stayed overnight just so I could hear him, because I had missed him talking when they came out to juvenile court. And by the end of hearing his story, when he was up on stage, I wasn't sitting in the audience very far off the stage. And I raised my hand and I said, he's a 44-year-old. He couldn't wait to be 45 because it's a big deal to make it there. And I was like, well, I'm 45, and I'm a white lady that is on your team now. And so just, soon after that, he and I became friends, and he's introduced me to a lot of great people, and we've been able to make good partnerships in the community that I think can make some change for our kids. So.
That's my first national speech up there. And I'm sweet. us. And I see her set up there.
I was like, my wife here.
That's what they always say down there. Yeah. And I know, when you was a lady different, like coming over from the delivery to prosecute, I was first time you got more power.
Mm-hmm. The power and the discretion is
Yeah, like when you was in public delivery, we all been locked up. They give you so many cases, like you never really able to like concentrate on that one or two persons, especially not getting paid.
Right.
But, you know, so what's the biggest of doing that training?
So I won't lie, like I love kids, and I love working with the teenagers that I've worked with, and I love just the relationships. I'm kind of motherly. I joke about my nickname now, but
The nickname is mine.
yeah, but my nickname, that's what I said. I wasn't going to go all there with it, but I was like, you're a 44-year-old, and with the nickname of Turtle, and I was like, I'm 45, and my nickname is Mama. Because I was a mama in high school with my friends, I was a mama in college, taking care of people, and then being a public defender, taking care of the kids next to me. That was my end with them, was that relational kind of caregiving. And so you asked me the big difference, and that is one big difference. I don't get to be one-on-one with the kids anymore, but that power and that discretionary difference gives me the ability to hopefully make changes for each of those kids, but on a broader level, on a broader scale. And we're trying to work really hard on kind of more diversionary efforts and intervening before we have to put somebody in court. And so that's a huge difference. Like being able to, I don't know, it's heavy. Like I have hundreds of cases. I don't think that anybody outside the office, including myself, after having been there as a public defender on the other side, I don't think anybody realizes how many names come across my desk every day, how many kids come across my desk, and we're making decisions about what that path is going to be. And that's a good job.
What's you doing deputy chief? What's some of the challenges and the rewards of prosecuting juvenile cases?
The challenges are there are a lot of low-level offenses that should not be in court. And so I'm putting them over in this stack, and I'm choosing to not file them for a lot of reasons. I might be choosing to not file them because there's a first offense and it's a low-level charge. I might be choosing to not file them because it's a bad case. There's just not enough facts to prove it. But when I set that stack over there, and it stacks up to like here monthly of that many kids, there's still kids that need help, and I'm not going to help them. And arguably, the sitting in court even help. I mean, not all the time. Sometimes you have to do that. But what do I do with this stack? Like, what happens? All of these are going to remain in the same environment without any intervention services, and that's really, really challenging. And so the reward of it all is this: like getting to make, relationships in the community and introducing people into our office just so that people know that we're not all out for bad. That's a big deal. I don't think, the investigators in our office, they like follow me around, like, what's she up to now? Who's she bringing in here now? That's different. Like, trying to bridge that gap between people like y'all who want to change and empower your environment, and know that we all have to work together. We need y'all to help us do that change, and y'all need us. You need that power and that discretion to try to give a difference to that.
That's a major thing to EME and just the people in the community who try to help the community. We all have the section of prosecutors. The prosecuting always but they're not really they're doing their job. Somebody got to let me say the feeling. This is what's saying.
It's okay.
First of all,
you can throw it my way.
You have to be stern with your job. But you have to have mercy. That's what I mean. We had years, we had decades of merciless prosecuting. They know they're not supposed to have this. They're not supposed to bring this case to court. And you do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? How do we mediate what we come up with? How will we be able to come and mediate this? Like, hey, this child can't do some harm. Look at all the aspects of this child. And this child just get from point A.
I have that answer for you.
Yeah.
I have that answer for you. That answer is for you to be linking up with them as before or as soon as I get to meet them, right? I'm getting to meet them first. I'm not getting him as early as they need met. They need met way before they can pick up a charge and be on my desk. They need met before. But if you're linked with them, you are empowering their environment and you know what's going on and you can tell that in court and you hear everything. That's the first time that I spoke. I will help you get that in front of anybody who's trying to prosecute it that you have. I can't promise you things with that, but if somebody knows that somebody is linked and working on it and trying to get better, I guarantee they're going to take it into consideration. We are open to putting that human aspect onto our cases. Will is definitely interested in that. That does not mean you're not going to get prosecuted. Like that's not that we have two jobs. We have a community and a victim to protect. We also are charged with protecting the rights of the accused and seeing the whole picture. And so I think a lot of times people feel like there's a barrier at our office walls. There's not that kind of barrier. We just have to have the person that's willing to reach out, figure out who they can talk to for that child, maybe even at the adult defendant, but hopefully at the child level, and try to work on that partnership with the courts or that partnership with the defense and the state to try to get the best information into consideration.
That's why we EME is like preventive and intervention. But we also, like, you just still want to be an intercession. I mean, where somebody comes to speak on behalf of the accused or on behalf of those who have been thought to do the crime. And that process is missing because there's not. Well, I saw a video of Charles White, and that's what he does. He intercedes, that's the word, intercedes, and speaks on behalf of the young people, and they need it.
That's the way for like prosecutor to really learn who the person is. But you really, they don't know who we are. Like they go in there and see that we just come there to them, we just all bad because we just come in there. But personally, they don't know who we are.
Right, in all fairness, they are looking at black and white paper.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they've been doing for years, and they are seeing facts. We are seeing facts like that are on paper from law enforcement. There is a real story there too. Move on. But I was just going to say, even if you only know me at this point, like even if I'm the only person you know, if you're ever working with somebody and you feel like they need to, that you're willing to stick your neck out for them because you know that, because your reputation, if you do that and that's not the person that they're being, you're going to be hard to listen to the second time. But if you're working with somebody and you know they're trying and you know you have wrapped around them in a way to try to empower them and get them in a better spot, I can definitely, at least in our jurisdiction and arguably in any, link you to the people that you would want to hear that. I don't know what they'll do with it. I don't know what they can do with it. Sometimes they have their own requirements that they have to stick to in a certain kind of case. But to link you and let you provide, what I would probably do, like logistically, would be email both of the attorneys, the state and the defense on that, and let them know, here's your contact, here's your working with somebody, and you have information that you would want to get in court.
What they say, they always, it's always, What put you to doing rehabilitation versus punishing?
Well, so where I am right now, I'm only on rehabilitation. That's part of the pleasure of getting to be the juvenile division chief is, and I've told people, the juvenile code is 100% set up for rehabilitation. We are getting cases that are hard to rehabilitate because there's so much crime, there's so much violent crime right now. We are getting things that oftentimes aren't historically suited for juvenile court. And so I don't know that the community has always caught up with the wraparound services, the manpower really to wrap around the numbers that we have. But we always are opting for rehabilitation. And it's hard to say because y'all know, I mean, DYS is considered rehabilitative. It's still on the rehabilitative side of the court, the justice system, but oftentimes that feels like to the people inside of it the same thing as lockup would. But there is an ending date on that. You're not going to stay or you're going to stay if you go to prison. And so I don't have punishment come into any of my decisions because I don't have to in my job. That becomes more for the adults, but I don't have to do that. And that's nice. That feels pretty good. Kids, yeah.
But he doesn't have to be scared, you know what I'm saying? They're not going to get punished. A lot of things we do when we go face that, we just get punched. But we really, it's help. You know what I'm saying?
There's
a lot of people. We do a lot. We have some.
When I say
not a lot.
Don't punish you, you gotta understand
Accountability is probably the best.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old brain is not equipped for responsibility. He grows into that. Yeah.
That's why I feel like they shouldn't be punished so hard though. So they under how God put it, like you run to 18, you ain't counted for. But once you get 18, you get older, you're accounted for it. You know what I'm saying? It's still true, right?
That
16 years old, still a child.
us. And when you was 16, I was 18. So
Still was a
children making very, very irrational decisions. We need to be punished.
living in an adult world. Yeah.
But even when we use the word accountability, I think you're talking about accountability.
Right. It's more accountability.
You're not talking about eye for eye, tooth for tooth.
Now we need to go get
Which is fine, but to be held accountable.
Matter of fact, that prison term what you see now. Now you see neck, you see third, you see right. It took that prison term for us to get to
Yeah, so let me flip the script on you. And I'm gonna ask you a question, even though this is your show. This is your show. Like, how then would you, if the nationwide push and belief in the studies would say that juvenile court is for rehabilitation and not punishment, and we shouldn't be, that you actually get worse in jail instead of better oftentimes, if that's what the studies show, then how would you suggest helping rehabilitate a kid within the community, even if you think they might need to be held accountable or punished? How can the community wrap around them enough to keep that individual safe and out of trouble? Because don't we really want that? Isn't that what we really
First of all, there is nearly not enough money, resources, programs in our community to combat. Like, how EME combat is unheard of. We got people that come from the neighborhood and we fight it off our money, and we're not drug dealers. We're not super rich. We get it out the love, we get it out the back. So our little homies, they
don't take money.
It don't. But if Antoine, Nick, and myself, and King Taylor, if we had the proper finances, the education buildings, the you know what I'm saying, the officers that we can work with, that when they see this young child out here, instead of taking him to jail, bring him out and they out here messing up, I bring him home and we person in our neighborhood where they know. Like,
more like a good parent with love and a strict hand.
Our city and our state don't give us those resources that we need to combat these problems in the neighborhood. We got a lot of little homeboys, moms out there, on crack, on meth, on opioids, fathers in the prison, not getting out for the next 20 years.
You're trying to step up.
So we need to be brothers in the head.
I understand.
We really parents. Right. Like we kind of, I don't know, but this is we kind of in a generation where our days is like this, and then we come like, we like this, but we grow. Now we back where our days where.
You're almost a millennial.
Yeah. That's a good life for us. Not many people living in it. 44, 45. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing and you know what I'm saying? We actually can be grandfathers. Stuff we forgot about it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Hey, we grandfathers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We get, that's what life meant for us to be. You know what I'm saying? That meant for us to be part of none of that. We meant for us to be grandfathers, role model.
And my example of it is like, we got a home, they go to school. When shooting at a park, we go there, listen to the sneaker. We get together, put money together, take it to the home shop. There should be programs for that. We don't have those programs. That child, you send the child to school dusty at home, he's not going to get no haircut. He's not feeling up to par. You're hungry. You make this more. The child needs nutrition before he goes to school. We don't have breakfast programs in our neighborhood and our people who come out of our party. We gotta have they gotta take care of stuff in pairs. So they gotta take care, but we still take our time off of what we do to make sure that our young And they know that they can come to us, it's easy to park.
And you can only touch so many. You can only get to so many, and there's so many more. But
We got a proper program. And I think that, like I piggyback over what Robin Turner said, I think that a lot of times that just your presence in the community, like accessibility, like the young people need someone they can come to and talk to whenever. Right, like a hotline or something. Like we were talking about a hotline in a house in our neighborhood where young people can come and enjoy recreational behavior that's non-violent, and they're accountable for doing their homework. They're accountable. We hold them accountable to do good things and be rewarded. We have to reward them for good behavior because we punish them for bad
we see it
behavior.
all the time.
So we have to do that.
Makes sense.
We can't just punish them for negative behavior and then when we do something good, they're like, "Are you supposed to do that?" That's not right. So we should have places in our community that are safe zone, where you can't do no gangs, so ain't no drugs, none of that. Or you gonna get some of your problem with us with you. So we have to make sure our neighborhoods are safe and they're community minded, and we also have to make sure that we have programs for the young girls too. Because when the guys are acting right, the girls come around, and we have to have programs for them so they can.
The men can lead that. That is for sure.
Like in our neighborhood, we talking about videos.
Tell me about those. What do you mean? You had them. What were they?
Can't be no shooting in that park. But instead of doing that.
This is when you're growing up.
No, right now.
This is now. Right, but not when you're growing up.
No, we was part of that. We were old off.
No, I was wondering if safe zones then.
And like, we go chill, everybody know the spots we chilling like that. We gonna be here. My girl gonna have everyone. Our youngest gonna come over, they gonna get paid food. They gonna get something, they gonna come and they gonna get. They gonna look at the video keep coming. Or we gonna, we like, hey, so we say, go to the high school, pay other homes, back in schools, very proud of it. You know what I'm saying? All of them was still school last year. We got all of them back in school, even though they think that's a
And the ones out of school that are younger than us are on the entrepreneurial road, which we kind of directed.
right.
And we get the pride in owning your own, having a career, having a trade. You know, everybody's not built for college.
I had a little girl, she came to juvenile court with a citation from Little Rock Southwest, but she got the diversion program through the courts, and so I just happened to be out there, and so was one of the defense attorneys, and so since she got diversion, I was able to talk to her. The state can't talk to somebody who's not represented, and can do anything they say can be used against them type situation. Well, she had already gotten diversion, so the defense attorney and I were speaking with her, and she goes and spends about $37 a week to fill her backpack up with snacks, and then she sells them for $1 a piece, which makes her about $50 in school for each bag that costs her $37, and she does that every day, basically. I know. Right? So I stored her in my cell phone because she said she did those. Just like what a little entrepreneur she is doing that in case I ever had questions or opportunities for her. And I thought that was pretty cool.
And most of these young people, all they need is guidance. Guidance and a strong figure in front of them, showing them an example and speaking life into them. Because a lot of them have low self-esteem.
And there's something these kids have now that none of y'all had.
Social media.
That's a dynamic that I can imagine y'all don't even have.
It's a parent itself. It's crazy the whole world. It ain't bringing a lot of adults.
Most adults.
Growing up, I was like, the backyard was who we could be friends with. Whoever you could see or walk to, and by dark or whatever. And now the entire world is their oyster. Like they can be friends with anyone, anywhere. Everyone's getting to see, respond, and act. And so the feedback and the attention that they get is just.
Really bad. It's ego driven. It's like, like we just said, like a 12, 13, 14-year-old won't be able to dissect it. We have a 40-year-old man coming with a 12-year-old girl. That's how she dissect it.
And then they go off into a direct message.
But that come parenting too. You know what I'm saying? Like my dad, we had argued one time when he's a parent. Because I'm like, man, I cut TV off at like 10 years old. Man, you cut TV off this stuff. You should go in the room. And I ain't understand that. I leave my child in the room, TV all night, wondering why he was sleeping in the morning, wondering why I'm not even knowing. But he be up watching TV all night and I fall asleep like, man, look. But he said that I had real on the phone. I'm defeated the child. He didn't want to listen. But I had to understand, like,
we need to get to that. That's real. Cut that TV out, different kids out in social media so early. Because, you know, they're looking at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, even, look at that in the days, in cable box, you can just go hit the porn channel. No, it ain't gonna come up.
And
Man, dude.
if you click on any one thing, because you were curious, it's gonna put everyone out there. It's prescriptive.
Anything related to that.
It prescribes for you everything.
How do you defend it? Talking about TV and social media.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I'm saying, like, I defend it, like, I try to show my kids everything now. Now, I don't miss nothing. They gonna crack us like they know if they being touched wrong. They know what's happening. So now as the parents, we want to educate. We gotta let it prepare for everything. Don't miss nothing.
It's right in the parents.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Instead of outside influence.
That's what I'm saying.
Educate my child.
Yeah.
Everything starts at home.
Everything. The school.
You want this lies at 16 and 18?
No way.
Yes,
It was a long
we were super fake.
No.
It was like 3 weeks. We went to the field at 16 years old. I was 18 years old. I hadn't graduated yet. We were still in high school. Going to federal prison, not the state one. We went to the jailhouse. As teenagers, and we were moving and making money like grown people. The money grown people were making, we were making.
We just speaking examples. Right. So we actually experts in this. We actually been through a broken homes and violent offenses in big cases. You know what I'm saying? All kind of ways to produce things for the state. And we just factual characters. And that's kind of like what our kids look at. You know what I'm saying? They know that about us. They know that we big. We can look at them and say, how big that, like we look at them and how done what y'all done. They believe that. Because they know we did that. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, we let the people that been there go in here and show them this is what the outcome
But
is.
I also think they can look at you all and think, well, then I can still go through all this and be like them.
That's the purpose. But I'm wondering, like Turtle was saying, asking a question about social media, what we do about it. To me, I think none of this is the children's fault. All of it's parents' fault. It's parents, it's adults' fault. And we haven't.
And I don't want to put on like the parent. It is too generational. You've got your kid in your home. You've got the parent raising them, and there's a lot of hurt, a lot of past, a lot of everything in that home. But even that parent that may not be that we're calling like fault. What did they go through before?
Right,
That them like that.
I'm not saying it as their fault. I'm saying it as
They're leading it.
They're leading, and then it's continuing in trauma. And a lot of times in our community, you don't get on psychological level for our trauma. We don't sit on the couch and talk to a psychiatrist about anything we went through. We just go through it. And we got to deal with it. And it's festers, and sometimes it makes you treat your children bad. And it makes you overlook certain things that your children do.
You also don't know how to stop, say sorry, and back up and do it again. Like that doesn't.
Pride, ego.
It's two totally different societies. But in our day, us growing up, we took a hit. Like, this was kind of he tapped that butt. He did call your mama. So he got butt tapped. They was down here with the more rocks and they was ooh. Nowadays, everybody got to turn the mind out to you. That was our fault. We voted out the whoopers. We voted out the whoopers in school. We voted out all those the youngsters thought we was young, having babies. You can't touch my child. We was on there. Say right now. That was on there. So we switched it up. You know what I'm saying? We kept the whoopers in school, kept the neighbors whooping us. We did not make them loud. We did not. We didn't make them, but it changed to that. You know what I'm saying? I don't play That's why you made it to 46 and 47. You made it through by being able and we didn't lost a lot of home. It was just God took baby with us and allowed us to mature and to make a couple better seeds. We were made before, right? This was
And that's what happened to you in prison. You matured, but you would have matured in or outside of prison. You would have.
Something
I would not have lived
I feel you on that. Okay.
Sometimes people make a career out of it. In out. Where we come from. His mama changed, him buckling down, figuring out who he really was. Is he really gonna be wrong or right, bro? Is he gonna do something positive, morals? All the stuff you don't pay for, all those feelings and great emotions out there that you can be walking That you can be living with. People can look at you and see that you got a big heart. People can look at you and see that you cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
I always had a big heart. You know, hey, they broke me the folks up. Hey, I did 13 flat. They long and long.
long and long.
Hey, and I didn't do no time in Arkansas, so I always miles and miles. I was in California. I was in Texas, Oklahoma,
They move you around a lot? They move you around?
Yeah.
Especially when you get in trouble.
Yeah, when you free, it's up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's real up. And seriously, I didn't think I was going to live to get about it. That's one that was in some of the worst prisons in the United States at the time. Mud, Pocky, Polar, Road, so we was at some of the worst prisons. Our home was dying and people getting killed up there. So we just aggressive guys to hear loud and super.
They call it one of the bloody boy, because everybody, they had more murders in prison than they did on the street. And you gotta wake up to that. And the other thing is, we talk about the adult prison. Let's not let alone go to juvenile. Juvenile way worse than adult. Everything goes. Everything goes. No understanding, no maturity. No mamas in there. It's not dead over there. It's you and both of y'all dysfunctional. You and your partner, two dysfunctional partners. You know, and just trying to be adults, trying to show that we can lead with something with this toughness.
How did the kids not need to go through that?
The programs, yeah, that was other programs that I was talking about. Yeah. Things like EME and other different organizations or this organization is the way I see and I state that to learn. We've been doing a program this way for years and it's not working.
Because we still in progress.
So we still have to we have to learn and we have to reinvest into us really work. And the program and the stuff, because we haven't brought it up in the format of the program on how they do it or the nonprofit organization. What we do work. We have the safest neighborhood in Little Rock. Little Rock is one of the most dangerous cities.
A healthy community.
Dangerous city. Nah, we're not. We top 10. Top 10.
A healthy, wealthy community, a healthy, wealthy, financially, spiritually community thrive way better and build a way better child than broke. And it's people out here that is broke, right? You know what I'm saying? It's people with medium jobs that's making the 40,000, even right at 50, but our refrigerators are still empty. You know what I'm saying? So that's not even enough money we get paid on jobs to even survive. Not us, because we don't got the credit to go with.
I'm driving to work. I'm driving to the other day. So I was driving to juvenile court the other day instead of driving downtown to my job, which I don't drive very much anymore because I work at my downtown office mostly. So I drove from my daughter's school, which is Parkview, to down Colonel Glenn to Asher. And there's a plasma unit over there. The entire line over there, about 7:50 in the morning, was black males, all in work uniforms, which means they're out there trying to raise their family, pay for their house, pay for the food with a work uniform on, and still needing to stand in line at plasma place at 7:50 in the morning to get the what is it?
$40. They take it right in the news out there. Then the next 2 days when you go back, they get 80.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they really paying their car notes out there a month.
But that's a life. I want people to be able to do that if they want to. That's a lovely, good thing to do. But you want people to be able to survive and pay their lights and their food and their homes.
I don't like the fast people.
For the standard line, you know?
No, they're talking about it, but the whole point of this thing is this. It's like, if we have a proper program set up that 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old young black male is coming to our program. We're teaching that drive training, how to fill out a resume.
The skill set, the jobs, yeah.
Credit is this. This is how you do your credit. So we are taking those young minds and giving them the proper world education. School education is
Real world problem solving.
Right.
Gotta get out of it.
If you're not getting those type of backing from our local,
From our elites,
local city officials, our city officials, They're not working with, they give out these public. Church is a great thing. Churches. But you gotta go deeper and you gotta get the people that's being in this struggle because they gotta understand the struggle. And you have to put the finances and resources behind it. Yeah, because I swear to God, if EME had any kind of real thing, we not only for our name, because we can see what we did done for our name, but the zone one had 10,000 charges. Zone one has the list, murders of EME, all those cities. That's because we kind of got a hand in the control over our community. Just think if we can take that.
Who's the director of work, you know?
Virgin. I remember what I was saying about Little Rock, top 5.
No, you found it.
I told you. I know I research.
Yeah.
You know, one of the worst cities out there. He is. Everybody knows that's what we never did. But that's what the facts say. That's not true though. We got to that's confusing to me. That's why when you say we need somebody, they got to. If they don't, we ain't asking nobody to give us nothing. You know what I'm saying? We work for hours. You know what I'm saying? We deserve hours. You know, invest in our talent. Yeah. You know, invest in, like all of us, you invest in us to be a ball player. You invest in us to work in your business or whatever. Sometimes you gotta take these kids that's smart with talent and got skill that you know that now everything you be passed off of. Like being mentors is a billionaire business. I never knew we just supposed to get paid. I never knew any of that. I think we supposed to go out here and be us. This is a blessing, this is a skill like that. No, it's a business. And I've seen so many times on YouTube, it's guys that got out of prison, against them time like y'all, they go right up, they pay them, corporations pay them thousands and hundreds of thousands, going to different juvenile prisons, and y'all stop riots. I done seen you stop riots. I done seen y'all do that in the street. They pay these niggas, big money. It's on you, you can follow these brothers in it, and they've been doing it for the longest. So why can't Little Rock do it?
Have we ever reached out to one and figured out how we got their funding? Have we ever reached out and figured out what that was?
It's
real reason everybody around. We are paramount, but we work with everybody. But I saw that unity with every side. That means white, black, Jew, Gentile, everything. We have no discrimination. But it's in Little Rock, in Arkansas, they only deal with their own. And they got, I get it. Y'all system is what y'all get. And two, they eat out for free. I get it. So you want to cook nowhere else, you got to get in bed. Cool. But don't be filling them up for 30, 40 people here.
All the people that ain't supposed to be there.
Or people that
it's people in the that ain't supposed to be there.
You get your system. Cool. Because everybody got their hand in the pot. But my neighborhoods and the neighborhoods around me are the ones taking years.
You know, the reality of this, we're going to change the ground up way before we're going to change the system that's headed to prison and the prison systems. Because we're always going to have, I mean, at least from this perspective, you're always going to have to react to crime. You're always going to have to be tough on it because nobody wants anybody killing anybody, right? And so we're not going to change that line. It's this parallel line. It's the one that started this whole talk out. Like, we're still working on what y'all are saying needs work on, which is building that up so that your 7-year-olds are not 17-year-olds going to put that in or going to 40 years, you know? And so I really do think you need to find where whatever it is you're talking about has been successful somewhere, getting funds from something, and you figure out if you can get a copy of the grant or the proposal and who paid it, and then you got to get it in the right hands and right one for here.
We done the grants thing. I'm messing with it. It's like you're not. We got grants for the city of Little Rock. Not only us, we got other foundations. We didn't have proper people to put in these grants. They only give certain the people they been doing it to. They don't want to get. Everybody else is cut out. And we over here screaming, hey, help us save our neighborhood, help us save our youth. Yeah, we're going to give it to Pastor them out in these streets.
And enough people don't listen to
I'm in these streets. I go in them clubs every week. They see my face. So I'm just like you. So when them young man, sometimes me and Turtle Bed, a little so what them youngsters won't do nothing that way to me. I swear to God. That's what you need.
So you just don't need to go.
Hey, you said, what put out there? I said, boy, they gave you some shit on me.
Both sides come and then talk to us.
Only work shifts.
Yeah, chill with us. And then they'll wait till we leave and then they'll go and bang it out. But he shows the respect. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta put the baby behind those type people, behind the child make behind turtle. You know what I'm saying?
Behind the carrot.
Right, behind the table to really make a difference, you know?
Like, cause we working hard.
Right.
And like, we really want our kids to do something better. We really want to show them that, hey, we can change, right? You know what I'm saying? We know that there's some mistakes being made, parented. We know there's some mistakes being made. Some of it is our fault. But sometimes I have to learn how to come out and
That was
say,
perfect. We're all going to
this concept. So everything ain't gotta be so hard.
And a lot of things that
Not like
it's
easy.
easy because we don't put everything in the spot. I mean, we even had 2 guys that they got all the way in the picture. They was full face in, but we able to go to talk to this side, and able to go and talk to this side and bring somewhat of a peace structure. Or if we are doing this and we are doing that, they're not gonna come do this. It takes a lot of
Without being threatened to go into the camp. See, a lot of our officials can help us, but we tell them and they don't see what they take them to lock them up and all this. They can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? We can lock them up, we ain't gonna let it, we gonna get rid of the problem. You know what I'm saying? See what the problem. You know what I mean? And if it's bigger than that, then that's y'all do. You know what I'm saying? If it's bigger than that, then it come up there. But some of this stuff we can start at the beginning. You know what I mean?
I mean, the gun violence, the guns are so prevalent. They've got to be more prevalent than they were when you were.
Yeah.
I mean,
They bigger.
they're different. They're doing the.
where are they coming from? Your guns is on that.
Come on, out here. They don't
Yeah, these youngsters got some more weed.
We have it too.
I'm talking. I like these.
Yes, we did.
They ours and they got. I gonna say, they gonna say,
But you get
and they can't shoot.
How do you not know where they're coming from?
I know where they coming from.
we don't have those kind of guns.
I know where they coming from.
Okay.
But this is what I'm saying. The same finances y'all pay to get them put on the streets. Get the same finance to help with prevention.
And intervention. And mentorship.
We're not getting the same value on prevention and intervention. They're not putting programs in the right
We're going
spot
to
to
change
the right
that.
people.
I do feel like that I'm on your team that way. I don't know.
As a state.
Huh?
As a
Yeah,
state, we gotta change it.
we got to change that.
Right.